What up? Welcome in everybody to another episode of Profit Picks. If you are new, we always start this show by being transparent. And it was yesterday was another good day. Actually not I can't. Well, we've had a lot of good days, so I can't say another good day, even though we had one hiccup in between there. But 2-0. Had the Storm -6. Had the Aces game over. The Aces game I think touched like close to 200. So nice and easy, 2 winners. We'll try to keep it going here today. We have Mr. Veno here to help us out. I know you had a winner with the Storm. How was your day overall yesterday, and how you doing today?
I'm doing good, buddy. The Storm were the winner yesterday, 1-0. I think everything we talked about on this show worked out well, though. The Dream and Fever game went over. I should have been on that. I sort of backed off in the end. But they had no problem getting up and over the total. Fever just continued to play overs. Whether they're a good team or not, they play overs, and the Atlanta defense hasn't been good. But the Storm, they played a good game and, got close. Beginning of fourth quarter, I think it got close. And then towards the midway point on, they stretched it out again. So good day, Skee. WNBA has been profitable. Let's see if we can roll on here today.
Yes, we will try. And looking at the comment section, a lot of guests coming in. I don't know, man. You know how I said it a little bit before we came on, but I know we've been being hard asses around here with these colors. Stuff like this. How are we going to handle this? Like Boofer, he's probably joking, though. You know, Boofer always jokes. It says Lions blue. Then says, oops, sorry, I think black is the real winner. I don't know, man. I think it's just like you get one guess. One guess.
Somebody got us in the comment section yesterday when I had that light green shirt on, and somebody said the real color of Veno's shirt is teal. So purposely today I wore teal so everybody could see the difference between what was on yesterday and what we have today. And on the list, and again, I know you've posted the list a lot of times, Skee, and we're going by the list from now on. Really, that's not being hard ass. We're just going by the list. This one is Jaguars teal. So if somebody's got it in there, that's the winner. We'll see if we can find it anywhere.
Well, how are we going to approach this here? So this is another situation. Nathan says, Lions blue. Then he says Jaguars teal right after. Like,
come on.
Yeah. You guys making it kind of tough here now. I don't want to be the mean guy. I don't. But how many guesses are we going to get?
Yeah. Come on. Oh, man.
Delroy giving us some credit. We did have a good show yesterday. I think all the bets we gave out won. Kyle had the White Sox, right? He had the Rays. I even capped the capper and came up with White Sox team total over 2.5. It did take, I think, extra innings, but those all won. We talked about the Storm game. That one won. And the Aces game over. So appreciate you, Delroy. It was a pretty good show yesterday as far as record-wise. Grammatics says,
Kyle's 2 a.m. high risk worked out pretty good.
High risk, high reward. Gotta love it. A little bit of risk, man. So, look, you guys also, they say like this, like Navy blue for Veno. Then they say Navy is taken. Damn. Yeah, you guys got to check the comment section first before you start letting these guesses go. You know, people coming in early. And if we're not going to allow that other one with the 2 guesses, I don't think I've seen a winner just yet. So, yeah.
Rich homie, you were close. You were close, Rich. I had that one pulled out this morning.
Oh, yeah. Then you thought about it. You're like, you got to get him back for that tail comment yesterday. We started the show by this time, so I don't think anybody won today. We'll just have to roll it over to next week. And, when we roll it over, it has to go to a member. Somebody will get paid $50. So make sure you guys get in early. Make sure you guys check who's already guessed what. Make sure you use 1 guess per person. And good luck to everybody who does have a guess. So look what they say here, Rob. They say that's dark gray.
No, we are dark gray too. We'll bring that out next week at some point. Keep guessing.
That's not. I meant Jaguar too. All right. Tariq says, "What up, fellas? Skip NBA. He's ready to be done with it. Hasn't been to the finals. I can uh I can agree with that. But let's get to today's games. We have three basketball games on the slate for today, two in the W, and we will start there. First up is 6:15, 6:16. Sparks and Lynx opened up Lynx minus 13 and a half. They are a 13-point favorite currently. Um, Total, it opened 162 and a half. Looks like it's down as low as 159. The consensus seems to be 159 and a half. Injury report, Sparks still don't have Azare Stevens. Minnesota, usual suspects continue to be out. Um, I'll say this, Rob. I think these two games today are tough for one. But when I'm thinking about both of these teams, the Lynx have been playing really good basketball. They just beat a couple top teams, right? They beat the Aces, they beat the Storm, and I just feel like, well, I mean, we know they're playing good basketball. We know they can score. I think they just put up 100 on the Aces, even though Aces defense hasn't been great. So we know that they can score. We know they're playing well. I just worry about, like, after playing two really tough games, and seeing a soft Sparks team on the other side, how much effort you really get from this Minnesota team. Um, on the flip side, Sparks have been pretty terrible. I feel like they're starting to get their offense together a little bit, because they were really, really struggling, like not even hitting 75 for a few games. And now you have a couple games 81, 96, 79. So I feel like their offense is trending up a little bit. And I really want to try to get there with over. Like, I'm in disagreement with the market on this game, Rob. Although Minnesota's defense has been great, I just, if I'm saying I don't trust them to bring that much effort in this game, I think that's the side where it's going to lack. So I'm leaning over to 159 and a half. How do you feel about it?
I'm kind of with you, Skee, and I feel like the market plays Minnesota under constantly, or at least drives the total down constantly, whether it be half a point, 1 point, 2 points, or whatever the number is that they drive it down. But I feel like they drive it down based on their defense. And Minnesota's offense is still like that hidden gem that nobody, it's the number one 3 point shooting team in the league, and it's not close. It's
Shout
not
out
close.
Kayla McBuckets. She's a lot of that
Yeah,
right there.
it's crazy. They shoot 42% from three, and the next best is 35. They're the best field goal percentage shooting team. They're the best 3 point percentage shooting team. They're efficient as heck, even though they're slow. I feel like there's NBA teams, Skee, one being kind of the Knicks second half last year, where when we analyze their games for Wager Talk on the NBA tip-off show, we talk about slow tempo but offensive efficiency. Maybe the Nuggets are a better example, right? The Nuggets probably fit what the Lynx are. Slow tempo, but they score. They shoot it, they score. So you can't, at least in my estimation, you can't just look at them as a great defensive team and automatically think under because they're playing a team they're 13-point favorites against. Where the Sparks are concerned, I'm in agreement with you. The offense is picked up. The pace is there. They're one of the quicker teams in the league, and they're making shots now. This is a tougher defense, but still, Minnesota finds their way over this type of number where total is concerned. Let me just grab the links here. They've been over this number in four of their last six. They somehow find their way to 160 almost constantly. So if I were going to play, I would probably play that way. I don't want to lay points for the reason why you stated earlier. You don't know how much effort you'll get off a couple of tough games. I would consider maybe taking 13 is a little much. The way LA's playing offense, maybe they're good enough to get there. So I think from a side perspective, I would slightly lean Los Angeles plus. But I think the total's where the money could be made here. And again, I haven't played it yet, but I think over. I think Minnesota is just constantly underrated in the totals market.
Oh man, I was muted that whole time. You gotta you should let me know, Rob.
I gave you one of these, but you were looking the other way. I couldn't hear you.
I don't even know what the last thing I said was. Um, the last thing you guys heard me say, but we all think it's over. We both think it's over. You and I against the market. Delroy agrees. Dante thinks it's team total over. So we're all in agreement. And what I said was the one shop that had 159, it just moved back up to 159 and a half. So we'll see if it continues to move, as we do the show. But we are thinking about taking this total the opposite direction. All right, next game up, last game in the W, we have 617, 618, Chicago Sky, Washington Mystics. Opened up Sky -1. They're a 2.5 point favorite right now, and total has gone up a point. Looks like 158.5. The Shields, game time decision. We know Williams is going to be out. She's probably not going to play for, she might be out for season. But the Shields is very likely to play. Washington, Shakira has been ruled out, and Sykes, she comes back for one game, right back out, I believe, with an ankle injury or something like that. So Washington did get off the schneid. They are 1-12 now after getting that win in the last game. So I can't help but think it could be a situation where it's a little bit of an exhale. And especially, Sykes was a big part of that win, not having her again. And Chicago, I want to say, I could be mistaken. There's a rest advantage here. Let me just double check. So Chicago, they're at a rest disadvantage. I was really trying to get there with Chicago here, Rob. It's just I don't really view them as a team to be laying points. I do think they win, though. How do you feel about it?
Well, they're kind of inconsistent as far as offense is concerned. They don't, I was checking some numbers, Skee. They've had the opponent steal the ball from them 27 times in the last two games. And the ball handling seems to be a little shaky, or at least the passing or some form of ball handling is very shaky here because they're just giving up a lot of steals. And Washington suddenly, last three games, and there are some circumstances here where you could argue back at me, but Washington last few games has started to play offense. And I know Brittany Sykes was part of the last one, but prior to that, they put up 83 against a bad Indiana defense. They put up 88 against the Liberty in a game where you could honestly say, I think it was back-to-backs for the Liberty in that one. Maybe they were a little fatigued. But 83, 88, and 87 caught my attention. I did play the last game for the Mystics over because their pace numbers, they had climbed the standings a little bit where pace was concerned. They had been way down the bottom, but it seems like they've made a conscious decision to maybe push, and maybe it's easier to score when we push. As I mentioned, two of those 80-plus were without Brittany Sykes. Doesn't mean they can't. That kind of means that they could do it again here against a Chicago team that's been a little lax defensively. The one edge I find for Chicago here, maybe finally, is Cardoso and Reese could have an interior edge against this team. They do offensive rebound really well. Chicago's a terrible, terrible three-point shooting team, but stickbacks and second chance points could be big in their favor here. I thought this total was a little low. It's hard to trust Chicago all the time, but they are still the third fastest paced team in the league. They're playing with pace, just haven't shot it well enough. So kind of the opposite of when we were talking about Minnesota. No pace, but make shots. Here's a team with pace that doesn't make shots. But against this opponent, Washington, which is pretty weak defensively, maybe they fall here. I just go back to last Saturday's game against the Dream, which is a somewhat comparable game. Sky Dream, Sky Mystic, somewhat comparable. And it was 89-80, a 169 final without Brittany Sykes. I think these two teams probably find their way over simply based on some proactive thinking that Washington's decided to run a little bit more now, and Chicago does already run and should have a lot of baskets close to the rim here tonight against this team.
Yeah, I was conflicted with this total, but the market did push it up. Yeah, I'm not mad at that play there. This is a really tough game for me. And Dwayne says Sky and under 159.5. Jamrock kick Sharon Doso double double says plus 1,000 last game and missed by 1 rebound. Oh, okay. Not going back to it today. Though. I thought he was going back to it. Couple comments here. Mike R says, I wish I could afford to be a member. Anybody want to give me a membership? I do have memberships that I can give, but I saw this comment right after 100 whatever viewers and only 28 likes. I'm like, nobody's even hitting the like button. I don't know if I want to gift out any memberships today. So maybe if you guys get it up there, then we can get some memberships gifted out today. We'll do it like that. I don't think I'll be playing this game, Rob. I think you made some good points for that over. If you had to pick the side, gun to head, what are you picking?
I'm not going to take the 1-12 team. Skee. I think Chicago's. I think Chicago's a team that when they're in, and the WNBA has got some real separation, right? If I move Phoenix now with Brittany Griner into that upper half, there's 6 teams that are, capable, and then the rest are just in their own league. And Chicago in the bottom echelon, I think, has advantages here. Matchups are everything. And I think Chicago with that interior matchup tonight would be the way I'd go sidewise.
All right, so we are in agreement with that. I guess I will think about that a little bit longer. I like the first game we talked about. I feel like a little bit more than the second one, but good stuff on both. And let's move it on over to, we'll talk about it, but what could be the last NBA game we have to talk about for a good amount of time. Celtics and Dallas. It opened Celtics -1. It just depends where you shop. They're either -1, they're +1, they're pick 'em. It's all around that same number. And the total, it did open 211.5. It's the first time I'm seeing, it's dropped to 210.5 at Circa. It's lit up on my screen right now, so it must have just dropped. And we have seen a few under games in a row. Even when they shot a little bit better than 20-something% from 3, they still couldn't get up and over the number. So I'll start right there and ask you, Rob. I feel like I've heard them say, they need to push the pace, et cetera, but it's not translating to overs. And I'm hearing the same thing again, but can we trust them to play with pace and score the ball? Do you think it's just a bad matchup? They're not going to make it to 211.
Yeah, it's crazy, Skee, because if you said, raise your hand if you keep getting over and keep getting your head caved in, then I got to be the first guy to raise my hand because, of course, I've been on over here in some way, shape, or form. It started with Dallas team total. I thought was good in game 2. I thought the full game was good last game. It just hasn't worked out. And then I hear Luka say stuff like, I don't think defense is our real problem right now. It's offense. We need to score more than 100 points. We haven't scored 100 points yet. And it makes me believe that, I should be on over again because even though Luka's getting crushed for being poor defensively, he doesn't seem to mind. What he's more mad about is that they're not scoring enough points. So you look at total, 210.5, 211. You look at team total, 105.5 at home. The problem I have with Dallas team total over is I don't know if they're going to quit or not. And you hear stuff like 5 guys on their team have already made plans with their travel agent to have their cars shipped back home and they're going on trips. And, you got a game to play here still, guys. But I guess people are in touch with their travel agents to get the hell out of there. I do think that the fact that they came back and tried as hard as they could in the fourth quarter the other night from a 20-something point deficit indicates that they won't quit in this game. We got 61 in the first quarter the other night, and I thought it was off to the races. But to your point, Skee, in none of these games has either team shot really well. The best Boston has shot from the floor in this series is 47.5% from the floor. And it's a team, they made 17 threes last game, 37%, which is much more like them. Dallas hasn't done anything close to that yet. I just feel like the offensive production is still there and hasn't shown up yet. Now, if Dallas gets behind and quits on me, the total isn't going to get there. So you got to almost hope for a close game. got to hope Dallas is in this thing all the way. I don't worry too much about Boston scoring to get to 105. I'm a little conflicted because I want to play this over in some way, shape, or form, but I don't know which is best. I don't know if full game total is best. I don't know if Boston over 105 is best. I don't know if Dallas over 105.5 is best. So I'm still thinking about it, but in the end, I'll be there in some way, shape, or form. Maybe you could even shave it down even further. Like last game, first quarter over would have been great.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
You know?
Like, had it been, had the last couple first quarters been going over? That's what I'm thinking here.
Well, let me see if I can get it for you. The first quarter in game 2 was 29-27 was a 56, which I think gets you
54
over.
and a half.
Or no. Or am I wrong on that?
Yeah, it gets you over 54 and a half that we're looking at today.
Yeah, but I had the wrong game in my hands. It was 53 in game 2 and 57 in game 1. So 2 of the 3 have gone over tonight's first quarter total, yes.
And all 3 of the games have gone under full game, though.
Yes.
So they're making these adjustments. They're coming out and playing the way they're supposed to for 12 minutes. And then all hell breaks loose and they slow down and they can't do anything. So maybe this is a game you just got to bet that first quarter, man. Just come out the gate blazing. And I don't know that I would want to eliminate the Celtics from, just expecting to score, like just saying math team total, because Celtics offense is the one that's really a problem. They just break the Mavericks down no matter what they do. And at the end of the day, Luka's going to be on the court for the entire first quarter, and that's who they want to pick on. So he's not playing much defense. So I think first quarter over is probably the way to go here. And David K says you can find a 53.5. I don't see one here, but just make sure you line shop if you would like to take it. So that sounds like we talked out a little bit of something there. Get in and get out with a first quarter. Mario likes the Celtics team total.
Yeah, I would agree.
Let me ask you, Rob. I mean, they've had chances. Mavs have had chances to win these games. They're down. They came back from down, 20 in that last game? They were down 3. If Jason Kidd wasn't such an idiot and called timeout when they're on a 20-2 run, they might have continued and won the game. But yeah, they're down 3. And Luka fouls out. They just couldn't quite close the game. They had another game. I forget exactly, but the second game, I believe it was. They had a chance to come back and win. Couldn't quite get there. I mean, they might be getting a little bit of help today. Lead official, Scott Foster.
There he is. There he is.
Replay center, Tony Brothers. I mean, you get some of those challenges, they might be going the Mavericks' way today. You might see some quick fouls on Drew Holiday, quick fouls on Jaylen Brown. I can't help but think, as much as I don't like to be like this, but NBA, if they have any say-so, they won another game. Do you think the Mavs can do anything to pull out a win tonight?
Well, I think they've shown at times in this series, Skee, that they can, but they just can't sustain anything, right? So that, and it's always on the offensive end. Because again, I think we've both made this point that Boston's offense hasn't even really hit what we know it can be as of yet. That's kind of a credit to the Dallas defense. But if Dallas can hold Boston to 105, 106, they could win these games. It doesn't take much more to get from 99 to 107. It takes one game was free throws, right? They missed all those free throws. I think game 2 you talked about where they had a chance. Terrible free throw shooting. Nobody really outside of Luka and Kyrie has stepped up. So do they have a chance? Certainly they have a chance in front of the home crowd. What you hope for, again, in this instance is you hope that Boston, if you're on the Dallas side now, if you're on the Boston side, you don't hope for this, but you hope that if Boston builds a big lead, that Dallas doesn't just throw in the towel. That would be the only concern with a lot of these different bets that we're talking about here, which is why maybe early is right. But they have a chance. I mean, they've shown glimmers, and it's just got to be sustained. They do the wrong things at the most crucial times, really is what it's come down to. And Boston's done all the right, whether it's Derek White banking in a three-pointer or whatever it is. Boston's been doing it. The other side hasn't.
Man,
Tony
It's
Brothers.
tough. Yeah, it's tough. I really want to, I would love an extension as well, but I just don't know. I can put my money right there. So we shall see. This the chat is in agreement that bring the brooms out. The Mavericks are dead. They said just enjoy this last game of the NBA finals. So we shall see.
Now, really
Um
quick, Ski, on side for the first half. I think Dallas did lead 51-50 at halftime last game. And if it's pick, I didn't even check the first half number. They can't be, well, yeah, you can get -1. If they have a chance, they got to get out of the gate quick. Maybe we're right in shaving this thing down and just playing quarters and halves.
I think so. And I'm gonna give you guys one more chance while we got these best bets about to come out. But we didn't even get to 100 likes. I don't think I should be gifting any memberships out today. That's just how I feel.
We're gonna
So
be real hard asses now.
yeah, we're hard asses around here nowadays. But yeah, first half. I I'm be honest with you, Rob. I think we found the gym. I really do. I think we bet first quarter points and we drink tequilas for the rest of the game. So on that note, I'll move it. And no, no, no. There was a comment that I wanted to go. I'm glad I remembered because it's a question for both of us, and I don't know your answer. Rich Homie says either you fellas going to be featured on a $5 play today. Rob,
You want me to go first, Rich? I will be. I will be. It's just not up yet. I was texting with Skee earlier, and I was so far behind this morning. That's on me. But yes, I will be involved in $5. I guess it's Customer Appreciation Day at Wagertalk today, so you can count on me to be there, Rich. Just give me till after the show.
for myself, I'll be 100% honest. I probably will, but it's going to be something that we've talked about here today, and it's not going to be an extremely like it's not going to be a 4% or nothing like that. It's just going to be something that I like that I bet that I'll put up. So we will have it up there, just not up there yet. And on that note, let's move it on over to best bets for the show. I'm giving a couple more minutes to hit that like button, Rob. So we let you guys know all the time. The link to both of our Wager Talk profiles is in the description to this video. I know Rob has been doing well in the NBA. Rob has also been doing well in WNBA. I could say, I'm pretty sure Rob is number one in WNBA right now because it's only been 30 days. And Wager Talk last 30 days says he's plus $1,351, 10-5 so far on the season. So nice work to you, Rob. It has me currently at number 3 right behind you. So maybe if you want to let the people know NBA numbers or however anything that I miss you would like to promote and the best bet for the show.
Yeah, real quick. WNBA has been good, Skee. You just rattled that off for me. The NBA is still somehow, some way, despite me being hard-headed and banging it into that cement wall called Boston Dallas over in the finals, still number one profit-wise since April the 1st in NBA. So that was a great run as well. For those of you that are interested in these alternate football leagues, the CFL, the UFL has their championship game this weekend. Both good to me. So go ahead and check those out as well. For the show, Skee, let's go. I'm going to go to the WNBA. Just a matter of which one I use as the best bet for the show. And I think I'm going to go to the Lynx and Sparks game. And I've had luck countering what the market has said as far as Lynx totals are concerned. It happened again the other night where they went over and the market thought under. I just think that there's a lot of regard for their defense in the betting markets, but not a lot of, regard for how good their offense is. And the Sparks will play with a little pace. The Sparks, if the Lynx do let up a little bit here defensively, the Sparks can score. So I think the number is too low. I'm going to go ahead and take it over the current price tag. What are we going to give them here? About 159.5. I think you'll get 160 plus in this game. So we'll play Lynx Sparks best bet over the number.
I like it. I'm in agreement with that. And for my best bet, and yeah, also I don't even know where I'm at in the playoffs, but I do know, I'm up on the season. I know probably around 50 units or a little bit more. Nothing crazy like last year, but playoffs have been kind. I know playoffs we made at least 40 units or somewhere around there. And WNBA, I'm up about, I'm 26 and 16. All of them usually 1 unit bets. I think I'm up a little bit more than 1,000. So my best bet for tonight, Rob already shared WNBA. I like that bet. I'll go with the play we talked about in the NBA. I'll go Boston and Dallas first quarter. What's the best number we can get here? Should actually, somebody said there was a 53.5. Now that got me thinking because I don't want to get I want to get the best of the number.
Right.
So you know what? While I'm looking this up, the number, I did see we made it to 100 likes. I will do a little bit of multitasking here. I can give 5 memberships. 5 memberships. So let's see. Just hit this here. Boom. And I don't get to pick who they go to. I know somebody asked me to give them a membership earlier. They just go randomly. So here you go. Let's see who gets them. And we Ben James, Rico Ferreira, Joseph Alvarado, Raven Ron, and Bets by Itachi. Itachi, good to see you in here, brother. 5 people who were gifted memberships for today. So appreciate y'all hitting that like button for me. Appreciate y'all always. David K says 53.5 on Hard Rock bet, but I don't have that available to myself. I do see a 54 at Circa. That is the best that I can do. So first quarter up and over 54 will be my best bet for the show. And Rob, I appreciate you taking the time to come talk these games out with me. I think we've been doing a pretty good job. If you're number 1, I'm number 3 so far this month.
Yeah.
So let's try to keep it going. And chat, we appreciate you guys as well. A lot of great handicappers and just great people in general. So love surrounding myself with people like that. Best of luck if you tell. Good luck, everybody, on all your action. Is there something you want to say there, Rob?
Now, just thinking, I didn't even ask you. Are you on with Kyle later? Maybe they can all see us all together later here today.
Oh, yeah. Make sure y'all check us out. Rob, Veno, and myself will be on with Kyle and maybe Chris too. I think it might be Chris too. So you can get 4 of us up there. We'll be even more confident with our bets, maybe even have some new bets. Check us out on Kyle's channel at 1 p.m. And yeah, we'll catch you guys then. Peace.